Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, faster, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, faster, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, hey. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, hey. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, hey. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, hey, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, hey, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, hey, oh, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, hey, Krishna, Hare Hare, oh, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hey Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hey, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nittai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaur Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Jai Shri Radhe,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hey,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, hey, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, hey. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That beat won't work.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Faster.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Gauranga, hey, hey, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, hey, Gauranga, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Gauranga, hey. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitya Gaur. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna. Nitya Gaur. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitya Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitya Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Nitya Gaur, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hari Ram Sankirtan ki jai. That made a difference. Should have started at the beginning. Hare Krishna. Okay, that's enough. Dragi Bhakta. That means dear devotees. Do I need that? No. It just blocks the vision. There you go. No. Guess what? I can do without it. Thank you. Okay, go ahead. That's enough.
So we're very, very fortunate.
That Maharaj is leaving tomorrow.
And we're very happy that we're getting Maharaj's
he's not coming back in a long
evening.
time.
So, most of you have met Maharaj before, but some of you have not. So I'll just quickly try to introduce Maharaj, although I know I will fail in that. So I ask for his forgiveness.
I hope you fail.
So, Maharaj joined the movement at a very young age when he was 24, and most of us were not born yet. Then how many of us were born after 1973?
Everybody. Well, maybe it is. If anybody here were born in 73 or before?
73 or before. Yes. So there's only one.
You were born in 70?
Yeah.
No. Not possible. You look like a teenager. Maybe an older teenager, but
she's a senior Mataji.
Really? Oh, wow. She's got more life than all of us put together. You were born what year?
1966.
Whoa, when Prabhupada instituted the iskcon society. Yeah, July 13th, 1966 was the beginning of the movement officially. Good. If I tell you how old I am, then you'll start, making out old age insurance policies. I was born in 47.
Same as my mom.
47?
Yes.
Okay. She's probably older than me. What month were you born?
7th July.
July.
Hmm?
7th July, Maharaj.
7th, so she's 78. Yes, and I was born in September, so I'm still heading for that number.
Yes.
2 months.
She's older than me, so you can give the class. You have to respect the seniors. Hare Krishna.
And so Maharaj was only 24 then, and same year he got initiated and completely dedicated himself to this mission. And in 1986, Maharaj was blessed with sannyas, and ever since he has been traveling all over the world and preaching, and especially last few years he's been focusing on Croatia, India and the US.
UK.
And the UK, yes. And as you know that Maharaj has done something really unique in Srila Prabhupada's mission. One of the things that he's done is he's headed the preaching in prisons. So Maharaj is heading the ministry for prison preaching. And
Any of you decide to go to prison, give me a call. We'll be happy to give you all of Prabhupada's books and whatever else you may need to be Krishna conscious.
how to become holy in the jail. So he's written a book called The Holy Jail. And Maharaj has also written some books on sannyas, and there's his travel diary, and then there's last 2 years ago Maharaj.
Those of you who are tired of household life, we got this book on sannyas.
So we'll We'll have many candidates. We'll be short of books.
Then we have Krishna's Way, natural living, back to the earth, simple cow protection, agriculture, and Vanashram. That's that little book on the side there.
And, as you know, like when you sit with Maharaj in the kirtan, then he is like a teenager.
He's the youngest.
Yes, he's the youngest.
Well, I'm 77. If you add it together, I'm only 14.
14, yes.
Somebody said to me, he said, You're 14 and you're going on 74, is that it?
Maharaj, even at this age, you see in the last year Radhastami, those who were there in the temple.
2 hours.
2 hours. Yeah.
Non-stop.
But you were better. You got all the ladies to get up and dance. That was good. That was really nice. I think Ramabhadra, he turned the ocean of nectar. We even got him to dance. He was bouncing around. He's like this big glubjaman, just so. He's a sweet guy, so we give him a glubjaman identity.
So I requested Maharaj to speak something on Radhastami, preparation for Radhastami. So Maharaj, I won't hold Maharaj up now, and we'll look forward to hearing Maharaj's talk.
Om Gyantimidandasya Gena Jana Salakaya Chaksun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaudavani Pacharine Nirvisesa Sunyavari Pastyatya Jaisatarine Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Anchara Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Suti Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Tarubhischa Vibha Sindhu Paevacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. This season is the festival season. We have gone through the glorification and the appearance day of Sri Balaramji. And then, of course, followed by that, 1 week later was Janmashtami, which is, of course, the grand festival of honoring the appearance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna, which is celebrated throughout the world, even by people who are not devotees. It's interesting. Krishna's popular even amongst certain areas of society who are not actually practicing devotional service. And then we also got the chance to honor Srila Prabhupada in his appearance day. So within the month of August, if you look at it, 4 holy days, starting with Balaram and then Janmashtami, Srila Prabhupada. And it's interesting, we finished the month, the last day of the month, with the best. There's deities throughout the world, and in one place in the world, Chicago, and in Chicago there are deities of Kishore, Kishori. And if you think about it, if you understand, generally when we speak about Radha Krishna deities, we always say, Radha Shamsundar, Radha Govinda, Radha Madhava, Radharani's name is always first. But here we have Kishore, Kishori. So it's different. Radharani's name is last. So then when Prabhupada gave those names, he did the installation. I think it was 1973, and gave the names. He said, he gave the names. These deities will now be named Kishore, Kishori. Kishore means Krishna in his form of youth. That is the best part of his life, from the time he is 11 years old to when he is almost 16. And Kishori is Radharani. So then, the temple president at the time asked Srila Prabhupada, why have we made Radharani's name last when throughout the society and throughout the world, Radharani is first? And Prabhupada answered in the most interesting and most amazing way. He said, in this case, we have saved the best for last. And Radharani's the best. And even Krishna agrees with that. It says that when Krishna looks in the direction of where Radharani is, there's a breeze coming from that direction. And if that breeze hits the dhoti of Krishna and it moves his dhoti, he feels like now his life has become successful. So Krishna revels in the mood of his attraction for Radharani. No one can attract Krishna more than Radharani. Even the other gopis can attract Krishna, but not like Radharani. And Krishna will give up all of the other attractive features of the gopis simply to find opportunities to associate with Srimati Radharani. And Radharani's love for Krishna is complete and perfect. They say there is two things or two principles you can never understand. No matter who you are, no matter how great you are, no matter how pure you are in spiritual life, use two things you can never understand. And nobody can understand it. One is Krishna's qualities. His qualities are so amazing and so unlimited. When you read about Krishna, you start to get a little deeper insight of the sweetness and the power and the attractiveness of his qualities. He has all of the qualities, but he has each of those qualities are so diverse in each and every sense that they are so attractive from different angles of vision. Krishna's qualities are. So it is explained that no one can understand Krishna's qualities, especially the limit of his qualities. And the other thing one can never understand is Radharani's love for Krishna. In fact, when it was Lord Krishna. This is mentioned in Lochan Das Thakur's book, Chaitanya Mangala, where Krishna was traveling and he came to Dwarka and he came to the palace of his principal queen, Rukmini Devi. And Rukmini Devi has so much affection for Krishna, so she took the opportunity to start massaging his feet. And as she was massaging his feet, she was feeling so much happiness, and that happiness turned into so much affection and love. She was practically shedding tears out of joy when massaging Krishna's feet. And then she started to speak, and she said, "You don't know how wonderful you are. You don't know how wonderful you are." And that caused Krishna to think, I don't know how wonderful I am. There's a story when Krishna was in Dwarka. He was walking and he passed one pillar. And this pillar had a reflecting image. It was like a mirror. So when Krishna passed it, he went past and he said, "Wow, who's that?" And he went back and he saw it was him. So Krishna attracts himself. He's so amazing that even he's attracted to himself. But not in an egoistic way, of course. Like, if we get attracted to ourselves, sometimes we look in the mirror for 25 minutes seeing how to make everybody more attractive to us. But it's just a waste of time. I won't speak about that subject matter. Something happened. So, as she was saying that, and then at one point, while she was speaking, she said, only one person in all of existence knows how wonderful you are. And Krishna was thinking, who's that? And then she said, only Srimati Radharani, she knows how wonderful you are. So that gave Krishna some thought. He said, only she knows how wonderful I am. And I don't know how wonderful I am. And I want to know how wonderful I am. But how can I know how wonderful I am? Because I am me. But she knows how wonderful I am, then I have to become her. So that seems like it leads into the incarnation of Mahaprabhu. So Mahaprabhu's inner mood is 3 elements of Radharani's attraction to him. And what is those 3 elements? One is she's attracted to him because of his wonderful qualities. She's attracted to him because of the 3 things that he wanted to understand about her love for him is, what is it about him that attracts her? What is the nature of her love? And what is the happiness she experienced in that love? And this is the reason for Lord Chaitanya's appearance in this world, just to experience that when he appeared in this material world. Also to inaugurate the Yuga Dharma, the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. But that was secondary. That wasn't foremost. He came for the internal reasons, to experience her love for him and the quality of that nature of that love and the experience she has within that love. So Radharani is, we can speak about Radharani, but we can't go too far into her qualities because they're very, very Gupta. And generally we don't speak about Radharani's qualities because even the great souls don't. But we know one thing about when Maharaj Parikshit was cursed to die within 7 days for being bitten by a snake bird, a very poisonous bird, who was very powerful poison that bird had. He decided, here's an opportunity to give up all my attachments and activities in the material world and use this to actually end my life and try to achieve the goal of life, going back home, back to the spiritual world. So he decided to go to the banks of the Ganga, some people say Jamuna, and fast until death. Because he was the king of the world, he was very popular, and when it found out that he had done that, sages from not only from the earth planet but from other higher planets came to meet this great soul and also give advice on what he should do in his last moments of life. So they all came, and there were many sages and saints. But then at one point, one great personality came, and that was Sukadev Goswami, the son of Vyasadeva. And as soon as he came, everybody recognized that he was the most advanced and the most qualified to give the advice to Maharaj Parikshit. So they all stood up in honoring, and they were all older than him. He was only a 16-year-old boy. But through physiognomy is the science of seeing the bodily features of a person and understanding that person's a great soul. Because in the Shastras it says that a great soul has 32 bodily features that are quite distinct. And it mentions these 32 features. So they recognized it in Sukadeva Goswami. So they all acquiesced and honored him and greeted him and gave him the seat of honor. And then he understood that the goal of life is Prema Pumartha Mahan. And how to achieve the goal of life is to narrate the pastimes of the Lord, particularly in Srimad Bhagavatam. And so very systematically he went through the whole Srimad Bhagavatam verse by verse. And then it was understood that this was the means by which Maharaj Parikshit could become self-realized. But then when he got to the 10th canto, after narrating for 6 days, the 7th day he was on the 10th canto, there's one verse from the 28th chapter of the 10th canto, verse number 30. Aradita is the first word. Now, Aradita indicates that person who is the topmost worshipper. It's kind of a hidden way of expressing Radharani's name, Aradita. And he didn't speak Radharani's name for 2 reasons, but he indicated her by speaking this verse in a very, we say, less direct way, without speaking about her directly. Because Bhagavatam actually is about pure devotional service to Krishna, and the essence of pure devotional service is mentioned in the 10th canto, and the essence of the 10th canto is the gopis' love for Krishna in chapters 29 through 34. It's the essence. And so he mentions that particular verse to indicate Srimati Radharani without speaking her name, for 2 reasons. One of the reasons was all of those sages and saints there weren't qualified to hear about Radharani. Many of them were tapasis and yogis performing great austerities and penances. Many of them were spiritually advanced, but they hadn't reached the realm of Vrindavan. In other words, the mood of Vrindavan. So he didn't speak her name. And the second reason was, and you might say it's a more intimate reason, was what Sukadeva Goswami is an intimate associate of Srimati Radharani. And therefore, if he spoke her name, he would not be able to continue his narration. His happiness would turn into ecstasy, and his ecstasy would disturb his narrations. So he avoided speaking her name. Like that. Some people say that he is Radharani's parrot, Sukha. Of course, it's a little bit inconclusive by the great sages. Some say he is Radharani's parrot, others say he is somebody else. But there's a story. This is in another Shastra where Lord Shiva was narrating Srimad Bhagavatam to his wife Parvati. It was just him and Parvati, and he was speaking. And, when you sit there listening to Bhagavatam sometimes, you fall asleep. That used to happen a lot in New Vrindavan. In fact, when I was in New Vrindavan, the whole class would fall asleep during Bhagavatam class, even the speaker. I'm serious. There were episodes where the speaker would somehow just wind down, and all of a sudden he wouldn't be speaking anymore. And then he would immediately pop up again and pick up exactly where he left off without missing a word of the verse. It was like that. So, so sometimes we say, in an iskcon cliche, we say, there's 2 mantras, one for going to sleep and one for waking up. The one for going to sleep is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And the one for waking up is Sarira Vijajal. So, Hare Krishna. So, yeah. So, Shiva, when he was narrating, he would say, "Are you listening to Parvati?" And she was actually nodding out. And then she would say, "Yes." Now, this parrot, after Radharani left with Sukha, he was looking to find some place where he could hear Srimad Bhagavatam. And he heard that Shiva was narrating it to Parvati, so he took the opportunity. But he knew that if he came, Shiva wouldn't be happy. So he hid behind Parvati. And when Parvati would nod out, and Shiva would be absorbed reading Bhagavatam, he would say, "Are you awake?" And the parrot would imitate in Parvati's voice and say, "Yes." And so this narration went on like this. But at one point Shiva looked up and he saw that Parvati was asleep and the parrot was there. So he became upset and he took his trishul, his trident, and he threw it at the parrot. And the parrot started to run. And the parrot was being chased by Shiva's trishul. And he didn't know which way to go. Finally, he went to the place where Vyasadeva, and he hid into the womb of Vyasadev's wife. And he stayed there for 16 years. And later he came out as Sukadeva Goswami, fully grown teenage boy. So that's a good place to hide out, I guess. No one will find you. So anyway, that's what happened to Sukadeva. So he has a very strong, what you may say, connection with Srimati Radharani. So he didn't speak her name. And Prabhupada said, if we want to get the mercy of Krishna, we have to get the mercy of Radharani. And he said, Radharani is very kind. She's mother. And he said, mother is more kinder than father. Sometimes. But in general, that is a principle of truth. Yeah, mother is more kinder than father. So therefore, Prabhupada said, therefore, on Janmashtami we fast till midnight, but on Radhastami we fast half a day, because Radharani is more kind. Like that. So to prepare our hearts and minds, we should read about Radharani's pastimes with Krishna, or just read about the qualities of Radharani. It's fortunate we have 2 volumes of a book called Radharani by Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj. And he's done a beautiful, beautiful presentation of the narrations of her pastimes and also her qualities and many things related to Srimati Radharani in those 2 books. Those books are readily available. I'm pretty sure maybe some of you have some of those books. Yeah. So that way you prepare your hearts and minds. And when it comes to the actual day, then we devote our time and energy in finding ways to, of course, we go to the temple, and the temple is the place where they glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead along with Srimati Radharani. We can take part in those programs and stay practically the whole day. It's nice. We fast in the morning and then, of course, take nice lunch, prasadam, and then in the evening also there's another feast. And just take part in the activities. Usually there's an abhishek, and then there's various types of glorifications of Srimati Radharani by different devotees. And of course, kirtan will be the essence of everything. So Radharani loves kirtan. It says Radharani, she's expert at singing and dancing. Her name is Gandharvika, which means one who is expert in singing and dancing, like that. So, yeah, these are some things we can meditate on and prepare our consciousness for these festival days. because these days bring about great amounts of opportunities to make spiritual advancement, particularly on these appearance days, because then we get special mercy. When we take time to worship the Lord, to glorify the Lord, to chant the names of the Lord, to accept the prasadam offered. And then you can also, for the ladies who like to cook, then we can also make some of Radharani's favorite preparations. I used to cook, you believe it or not. I used to cook for the brahmacharis. I was the head cook because I was the only cook. Nobody else would cook. This was in the brahmachari ashram in New Vrindavan back in the 1970s. And on Radhastami, we would make what is called Radha Red, which was plum chutney. Yeah. There's a certain type of these very dark purple plums. They're kind of big. They're very sweet. And we would make a chutney out of that and add some camphor, a little bit of camphor, some, rose water, and also, what is that other thing that's very, very, these little red stringy things, what are they called? Saffron. Yeah, saffron. So we make this Radha red chutney, and it used to be the favorite of all the devotees. So that was nice. Radharani also, I heard later on in life, she likes arbi. Ladies can make arbi. Arbi can be made in different ways also, like that. So that's nice. So that's a nice way to honor Srimati Radharani, cooking some of her favorite preparations, or just making a nice feast for the Lord. We can help in the kitchens in the temple. We can also do something at the houses also. Yeah. Radharani is very kind. Radharani ki jai, Maharani ki jai, Varsanavali ki jai, jai, jai. Yeah. Yeah. So take shelter of Radharani and pray for her mercy. She's very kind. There's one particular pastime where Radharani became really angry at Krishna, and then she went away. And Krishna was now stuck. He was thinking, how can I get back Radharani's favor again? So finally, Vrinda made an arrangement. And Radharani came to him and said, I'll forgive you if you adopt one particular activity. And Krishna was wondering what's she going to say? She said that anyone who sincerely comes to you, no matter who they are, you accept them. In other words, you should never turn anyone who sincerely wants to come and take shelter of you. No matter how, you might say, unqualified they are spiritually, or how, what we say, materially contaminated they are. If they sincerely want to come and take your shelter, you should always accept them. And Krishna said, okay. And so he abides by that because he promised Radharani. Of course, he promises Radharani things and then he breaks it. He says, I'm going to meet you at night, and then he doesn't come. And then she says, where is that rascal? And then she sends out her Shakis to find him, and then he's with Chandravali's group, and then Lalita finds him and starts chastising Krishna. And Radharani is really angry with you. You were supposed to come, and now I can find you with another gopi. So Krishna is caught. So Lalita, she's really fiery. Whoo, yeah. If anything goes wrong with Radharani, Lalita will let you know. But she's firing in a devotional way. She has that nature. And then, so Krishna's now running back to Radharani, and Radharani doesn't even want to talk to him. So she's ignoring him, and he's talking, and she's looking the other way. And then finally she leaves, and she's still angry. So she has a blue bird cage. Because it's blue, it reminds her of Krishna. She throws it. She doesn't want to see the Jamuna anymore because it reminds her of Krishna. And she has a blue sari. She gets rid of that also. So everything blue that reminds her of Krishna, she doesn't want to see anymore. So now Krishna's stuck what to do. So he's thinking, what am I going to do? So he goes to Purnamasi. She's the CEO of Vrindavan. She arranges all things, but her assistant, who does most of the work, is Vrinda Devi. So she goes to Vrinda Devi and says, Vrinda Devi, you can help him. Krishna's thinking, now I'm in good hands. Vrinda's very intelligent. She knows how to work these problems out. Okay. So let's see, what can we do? Yeah, well, Radharani, she's not talking to you, she's angry, but Vrinda says she's very unhappy too. So we have to figure out how to make her happy. So what you do is you dress up as a gopi. And Krishna is very beautiful, so he can be a girl also. He has a very sweet nature. So he dresses up as a gopi, and he's got all this mendi on his hands, and on his feet. And he comes, and Radharani's with a small group of gopis. And then Vrinda comes and says, here is a very nice new gopi. She just came. She's an astrologer, and actually, Radharani, she came to take your futuristic astrology, so please give her a chance. And Radharani is thinking, who's this gopi? But she has confidence in Vrinda. Okay, so Krishna starts with her feet, and he's looking at her feet, trying to tell her, not the palms of her hands. He went to the feet, and he's saying, yes. He's speaking as this female astrologer. He says, yes, I can see the problem why you're unhappy. You have to forgive Krishna. And Radharani gets angrier. She says, who's this gopi? Get her out of here. She's a bogus astrologer. So, and then Krishna's lost. He has to run back to Vrinda and said, is there plan B? Come up with another plan. Vrinda says, we got many plans. Okay, let's try this one. Radharani is very inclined to sannyasi, so dress up as a sannyasi. So he dressed up as a sannyasi. He looks more like Shiva with a din-din drum and these, what we call it, deer skin he wears. So he comes, and then the gopis say, oh, there's a sannyasi coming. Radharani said, oh, really? Let's see. Oh, yeah. No, we have to honor sannyasis. You always remember that. I just threw that in for a joke. Please don't take that seriously. And so, anyway, so Radharani is thinking, oh, a sannyasi. And then, sannyasi, oh, what can we do for you? How can we satisfy you? He says, yes, I've come to beg some alms. Yes, whatever you want, please. Yes, well, I have to beg a request. What is that request? Yes, please forgive Krishna. And Radharani thinks, you can't say no to the sannyasis. So that worked. So that's the pastime. It's a sweet pastime. So Krishna has to use all kinds of tricks to get Radharani's favor again. But see, the whole point is, and you have to understand this, and it's not easy to understand, Radharani's anger for Krishna is actually bhakti. It's pure bhakti. And it actually attracts Krishna. Because any mood that Radharani shows towards him is actually filled with her love for him. even if it's apparently contrary. Of course, if someone gets angry with you, you understand it's not favorable, obviously. But when Radharani does it, because her love is so pure, she'll use different moods and different qualities to express her love for Krishna. So she gets angry at Krishna because she knows Krishna likes it. It's hard to understand because this is the spiritual world. In the spiritual world, the difference between the material world and the spiritual world and the relationships there is the difference between gold and iron. Gold is very rare and precious. Iron is very available and very, base. It has very little value. So if we compare the things that happen in this world with what goes on in the spiritual world, especially with the pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan, we're seeing things in a materialistic way. So even when there is contrary feelings, all of these contrary feelings are actually full of love. Because in Vrindavan there is only love for Krishna. But it's expressed in different ways. It's hard to understand. In fact, you can't understand it, but you can somehow hear about these pastimes. If we hear regularly and follow the process, but as that process, perfect our chanting of the holy name. Develop the quality of the chanting where we develop a taste for chanting. Some devotees sometimes think, well, there's no taste in my chanting, so why should I continue chanting? I could be doing other things and get more benefit. But don't stop chanting even. I was at the Rath Yatra in London, and I met one young man who I know, and I asked him, how you doing? And he said, oh, last week was terrible. One of my worst weeks of my whole life. Everything went wrong. I had so many problems. And I said, well, did you chant during that time? He said, no, I gave up chanting because I had to deal with all these problems. I said, that was the problem. Don't give up chanting, even if things are going difficult, or if things are going good. Either way, yena kena prakarena mana Krishna nivesaya. Remember Krishna in happiness and distress and difficulty and success, whatever, always remember Krishna. And the best way is to chant his holy name. So I explained to him that if you would have continued chanting during all of that time, you would have mitigated their problems much easier. Because when you bring in Krishna into your life, even in the material sense, of course we don't use Krishna to solve our material problems, but because we're devotees, we take shelter of Krishna in every situation in life. And that shelter gives us the peacefulness and at the same time the understanding of how to move forward in whatever situation we are in life. The holy name opens up the door to opportunities on all levels of our existence. So, but sometimes we see, and it's unfortunate that people, when they lose the taste, they decrease their chanting and sometimes even give up. But don't ever do that, because it's just a period you have to go through sometimes. Sometimes Krishna does that just to test you. And sometimes it happens because of offenses, or sometimes it happens because that you have too many material desires. Anyway, continue to chant in any situation, even if there's no taste. The taste will come back eventually. And by chanting the holy names, and then, of course, that's the way to please Krishna. And Radharani's name is there. She is Hare in the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. In always keep the holy name foremost in all of the activities of your life. And you're always in the best position to find success and happiness in life. if you always remember. And you're also protected by Krishna when you're remembering the holy name. There are so many incidents, even in iskcon and outside of iskcon, by people who simply are chanting the holy names, and even in the most dangerous situations they find themselves in, they somehow or other get through it because of their taking shelter of Krishna's holy name. Because Krishna's name will protect in all situations. He says that, I give protection. If you chant my name, nothing can disturb you. There might be some disturbance, but it is mitigated by the chanting of the holy name, and sometimes it's completely eliminated. Holy name. Prabhupada also gave one title, not Prabhupada, but Prabhupada mentions this in one lecture, that chanting relieves pain. Have you had an experience like that? I have. Like I'm walking along and I hit my foot really hard on the door, but because I was chanting, I didn't feel anything. Yeah, it's happened to me many times because I was chanting, and because I have a tendency to not watch where I'm going sometimes. And all of a sudden I hit my foot, or I do something that would normally be very painful, but because I was chanting, there was hardly any pain, just a little sensation. So when Prabhupada said chanting relieves pain, it's a fact. Of course, we don't chant to relieve pain, but that's just a byproduct of the holy name. The point is to stay connected with Krishna. That's the point. And that's the best way to stay connected. If we're always connected with Krishna, then life is wonderful. So they say, chant, chant, chant. In Bengal, any Bengalis here? No Bengalis? Okay. Hate koro kaje mukhi bolo hori. Hate koro kaje mukhi bolo hori. Work with your hands, but chant the holy names. Yeah, so we can do that. Prabhupada said, you have to think of something, why not think of Krishna? The mind can never be vacant at any time. So fill the mind with Krishna. And you'll always be happy. And at least, even if you don't feel happy, you'll at least be peaceful. And things won't be so disturbing or difficult in life. Always remember Krishna. So Radharani's mercy is available, especially on her appearance day. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi, Radhe Vrindavaneshwari, Vrishabhanu Siti Devi Pranamam, Hari Priye, Hari Priye. One who is very dear to Hari, Radharani. So if you get the blessings of Radharani, automatically you get the blessings of Krishna. Because it comes because whatever Radharani gives, Krishna acknowledges automatically. Any questions or comments? Anything about Krishna consciousness? Yeah. Mataji? Yes. Tell me your name.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, I'm Charu.
Charu?
Yes,
Charu.
yes, Maharaj.
Charu means beauty. Yeah, like Bhakti Charu, Maharaj was the word Charu. Charu?
Yes, Maharaj.
Yeah, it means beautiful.
Okay. So, Maharaj, my question is, first of all, thank you so much for such a beautiful and a wonderful class, Maharaj. We all feel so fortunate to be in your association. So thank you so much. Maharaj, my question is that how can we practically imbibe the mood of Srimati Radharani's devotion in our daily life to serve Krishna?
You asked impossible. Radharani is always thinking everything she does, she wants to do it in a way that will please Krishna. So she wants to put on those earrings that'll be most attracted to Krishna. The nose ring. She fixes her eyes. She chooses her jewelry. Everything when she gets dressed, it's all about what will Krishna be pleased the most. So we may not be able to imitate Radharani, but we should think, what will please Krishna in the day-to-day activities that we perform? What pleases Krishna is really the desire to please Krishna. So if we have a desire to please Krishna and we perform an activity in devotional service, that's pleasing Krishna. Okay. So, my dear Lord, I'm not so qualified. I don't really know how to do so many things, but please accept my offering. So the humble mood of trying to please Krishna by opening up our heart, please accept his offering. It's not very much, but this is something I want to offer to you. Like that, we can think like that, speak like that. We can talk to Radharani, we can talk to Krishna, they hear you.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you. Okay, any other questions? Rajeshwari left?
She's inside.
Oh, she's in the kitchen? Okay.
Gurudev, can you tell us what's the best way to get the mercy and blessing of Srimati Radharani tomorrow or on Sunday?
Well,
Can you repeat the question?
what's the best way to get the blessings and mercy of Radharani? I think that was similar to your question, practically the same. I can think in terms of situations. When I was in New Vrindavan, we had a ashram that was up in the hills. At first it was a ladies' ashram, it was just ladies, single ladies. And then later it became a brahmachari ashram. At one point, we were noticing that Radharani looked very unhappy. Sometimes you can see. You see the deities, they look happy, and sometimes they don't look so happy. So everyone was noticing Radharani that. Then we understood that Krishna was not being served nicely. So when Krishna is not being served nicely, Radharani will show it in her expressions. And if you can pick up on that. But when Krishna is being served nicely, Radharani is like this. So this means two things. For those who are not in the proper mood, it means stop. For those who are in the proper mood, she's giving blessings. So try to do your service in the way that is pleasing to the Lord, pleasing to the devotees, pleasing to the spiritual master. And the quality that is most attractive is humility. When you act in a humble way, even if the activity is not perfect, the mood is perfect. Because humility tracks. Humility itself is very attractive. So when we execute our devotional service in a humble way, that's very pleasing and attractive. What is humble means, what can I do? I can't serve you, my Lord. You're so great and I'm so small. But anyway, please, I'm trying to serve, so please accept my offering. Don't think, well, I did it so nice, I know Krishna's going to really be happy. That may not work. It usually doesn't work. Don't be proud of anything you do, even if it comes out. Everyone says, oh, yeah, it's so nice. Don't listen to them. always think you can do better. Always think I should have did better. And that's a proper mood like that. Mm. You want to ask a question? No.
We've answered all of them.
Okay.
So we're very grateful to Maharaj for helping us prepare for such a, like as Maharaj said, save the best for last, right? So it's such a wonderful occasion that is coming up for us aspiring devotees. It is the most special occasion, and Maharaj has shared many key points today to help us in our remembrance of Srimati Radharani, starting with that that her qualities, her love for Krishna is so great that we can never understand that. So, and Krishna's qualities are so great that we can't understand that as well. So it's a very simple point, but it's a very important point that we should try to remember, because a lot of the times we think we can understand, we should understand, and why don't we understand? But as Maharaj has clearly laid out the expectations that don't, because otherwise we'll just be disappointed. And Maharaj shared some very nice, sweet pastimes of Radha and Krishna, and then telling us that we should focus on chanting the holy names, and to do that in a spirit to please Krishna, and do it in a humble mood. So these are very, this is the essence of bhakti. So Maharaj has touched on so many, all the essential points, and we're very grateful to Maharaj for giving us his time. He just came back from the US, a lot of travel, and yet today's it's his I think third program. He went for a lunch visit, and he did a class online, and now he's over here. So we're very thankful to Maharaj, and we seek his blessings so that we can also try to be sincere and humble, and try and serve Sri Guru and Gauranga for their pleasure. So I didn't welcome Maharaj properly, so let us first welcome him. So let us welcome him by chanting Hari Bol, and then we will thank him by chanting the Maha Mantra. Let us Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. And let us now thank him by chanting the Maha Mantra together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we also like to welcome and express our gratitude to Maharaj's dear disciple, and he's assisting Maharaj in his travels now. So Srila Prabhupada from Slovenia. And
No, Croatia.
Croatia. And I met him last year in Mayapur, and at that time he was in white, and now he's taken up, he's given strong commitment, taking it more seriously, and he's working under Maharaj's guidance and shelter. So we thank you, Prabhuji, for coming, and let us also welcome him by chanting Hari Bol 3 times. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. And I also want to thank all the devotees here for taking the time to come and take Maharaj's blessings and to hear his katha. And also want to thank Vishaka Mataji for graciously. Where's Adi Guru Prabhu back or not? No? He's back? Achha. Where is he? He's in the kitchen. Huh? Hare Krishna. Please come. Does he also look like a teenager, Maharaj?
He just passed teenage years.
Oh, he just it's good. Perfect combination.
Thank you for opening up your home. I was thinking we could end with a bhajan.
Yes.
And if you have your phones, it's Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dayate Kokula Taruni Mandala Mahite. Yeah, so I'll need some cartels for this one. And then we'll need this one. I need either a songbook or something to read from.
I'll hold it.
Okay. Okay. So this is in glorification of Srimati Radharani. I think this is by Srila Goswami. Okay. So if you have it on your phones, the actual name of it is called. What is the title name?
Song name, it says Radhe Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Jaya. Song number Radhika Stava.
Radhika Stava, song number 14. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dayate. Okay. Where's our mridanga player? Okay. Thank you for being here. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dayate. 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 Gokula Taruni Mandalam Mahite. Gokula Taruni Mandalam Mahite. Gokula Taruni Mandalam Mahite. Gokula Taruni Mandalam Mahite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dayate. Dhammadarati Vardhana Vese Harini Skuta Vindaviti Nese. Dhammadarati Vardhana Vese Harini Skuta Vindaviti Nese. Vishabhanudadhi Navalasi Lekhe Lalita Sati Guna Ramita Vishakhe. Vishabhanu Dati Navakasi Leke Lalita Sakti Guna Namita Vishake Radhe Korana Kuruna Mahi Korana Varite Sanaka Sanatana Vani Kacharite Karana Kuruna Mahi Karana Varite Sanaka Sanatana Vani Kacharite Hey, Hare 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 Shri Radhe.